or Ein Sof, divine light of the Creator, of the endless light. We understand it, but energy, intelligence in its pure form. The Creator is all pure, and from His essence, all galaxies, planets, stars, and all forms of life as we conceive them are created. Nothing comes into being without its essence. The universe is filled with His glory. We are created in His image, which is the meaning of His energy, intelligence or essence. This is an angel. Our soul is just a spark emanating from the Creator. World of 4ABY. A is for absolute, emanation in Hebrew. The letter E or A are written with Aleph Be. B is for Bria, creation. Yet I is for Yetzira, formation. A is for Asya, performance or action. C, figure 1 and 3, 89, figure none. The 4 parallel worlds, or the 4 dimensions. Each dimension is divided into 10 levels of consciousness. Then each level is again subdivided into 10 more, and again, infinitely. 90, figure 9. Back, the 4 dimensions of the Earth. We can see a cross-section of the Earth. It shows the 4 sections that correspond to the 4 dimensions, with the heart being purgatory. 91, figure number 3. Our physical and spiritual world. The 10 levels of consciousness of our world, and the 10 inner levels of consciousness of negativity in the underworld toward purgatory, being the 4 sections of the Earth. 92. Also, in the underworld, the world of darkness, there are 4 levels of consciousness. See figure 2. And this is called Shol. Shol, A, Shin, Sha. It's the first letter of Shaddai, Shadi, which means water, meaning that humans enter the world of darkness because of impurity. No holy energy or pure entity enters there. The world of darkness, the letter representing the soul, or the only pure energy left for that individual, is equivalent to the word chai in Hebrew meaning alive, or 18% of their energy, which belongs to the Creator. That's 18%. The kit, at the moment it enters Shal, produces 82% of negative intelligence energy that enters the underworld. To Aleph, E, or the E of Shol equals even. In Hebrew, it means wickedness when it enters the bubble. Avil, gateway to the realm of evil. Malice, Aphela, darkness. The one who chose him, the kingdom for Elam, a false god. It becomes a butts, galvanized abuts. Kol Shayet. I am Kol Hatat, the root of all evil. Amash. It becomes energy at Ashpar, energy at Boffer, energy at Fossil. In other words, oil. Avikpaner. There, he arrives at the Azor Shipet. Azor Shiphut, Thaz area of responsibility. V, 3, 0, or Vav in Hebrew, equals. It falls within the volcanic level. Ve inibeta, yes, inibeta in Aramaic, misfortune from within. Visasya. To reach this level, due to their senseless behavior in light of the lines signifying a human lifespan, it becomes Vusat, allied, Shadim. Vusat, an ally of the Shedim, governed by demons or negative forces pushing him towards right-out Hadlik. Right-out Hadlik. Oil viscosity, velocity. El Choser Vada out. Viter El Choser Vada out. To the uncertainty in the attraction 93 versa. Final station, depending on his level of impurity. It could be stored like oil, or drawn further down toward the Ahmed, the Four-Lamed, the Or, also from lava, Genum, Ginam, Purgatory, the Alet, Ukal, Okal, consumed. In every creation, there is an action in the 4 dimensions mentioned above. See figure number 1. In each dimension, there are 10 different levels of consciousness, called Sphero. See figure number 3. Each sphere is again subdivided into 10 others with the same subdefinition infinitely. The pipe or flow of light, consciousness, or intelligence that emanates from the infinite light, which comes to illuminate the entire universe. Only a small amount that a person can handle. Like someone who has been in a dark place for a long time and then goes out and tries to look at the sun. It would be like trying to power a 10,000 watt bulb with a 100 watt bulb. The bulbs will explode. Similarly, we have the possibility of perceiving only a very small amount of light from the Creator. This is the fact that we are limited by the curtain of darkness or negativity, called the restriction of light. Tzimtzum or Ein Sof. Explaining in more detail, our brain is limited to a level of understanding of about 5 to 10%. We are limited because of materialistic programs that feed our brains with what is consumed in the fire of purgatory, the center of the earth's core, or Gehenna, the material purgatory. The last letter of Gehenna is M, M-I for magma. There are two names, Shal, Shailu, Gehinnom, Gehenna, and both are referenced in the 4 different lower levels of negative consciousness. Each level is then subdivided into 10 levels of consciousness, and again, infinitely so. 94. Greed, pride, anger, and sadness, all of these prevent us from developing and reaching a higher level of consciousness and intelligence. Compared to a computer, if you install an accounting program, only accounting will show up on the screen. And if, let's say, you install another program for games, only games will appear. In the same way, our brain is similar to a computer. We only think about money, more and more of it, to have a nice house. But once you have it, you get tired of it, and then you want an even better one with endless ambitions. So there's no time for anything spiritual or for reaching higher levels of understanding, because to do that, you have to lighten the memory bank, delete a lot of data like anger, revenge, pride, sadness, and so on, and insert the right program to develop the remaining 90% of unused intelligence. That program is called Kabbalah. For example, a scientist is often depicted with long, uncombed hair, poorly dressed, not caring about his appearance. Sometimes he forgets to eat and doesn't care what people think of him. Sometimes he seems very distant, which gives you the impression that his mind isn't occupied with materialistic thoughts. 95. He knows how to focus in the direction of research. He seems to be in a trance. Now, it's not necessary to eliminate everything related to worldly matters, but to do the bare minimum, because we live in a society and we can't just ignore that fact. Let's just talk about food for the sake of argument. We eat to live and not live to eat, like many people do. If only we understood the principle of life, we will develop this further in the appropriate chapter. In the physical world, when we are in our mother's womb, we're connected by the umbilical cord. It's the same in the metaphysical or spiritual world. We are connected by this tube that passes through the 4 different dimensions of the Creator's infinite light. See Fig. 3. It nourishes us like the umbilical cord. Without it, a baby would be stillborn. D. From the Creator's infinite light. See Fig. 3. It nourishes us like the umbilical cord. Without it, a baby would be stillborn. D. He took the man and placed him in the Garden of Eden to work it and take care of it. J. B. He gave Adam, a commandment saying, "You may freely eat from every tree in the garden, but from the tree of the knowledge of good and evil you shall not eat, for on the day you eat from it you will surely die." In this case, the tree of knowledge is the tree of the 4 branches. A, B, Y. Abby has to or must lower herself to a lower level of consciousness. At the level of Asya, the lowest of the worlds, he will surely die because everything material has a beginning and an end, compared to the life of the line, which has a beginning and an end. The serpent was the most cunning of all the wild beasts that God had made. Genesis. The serpent is depicted as an evil or negative influence that one carries within oneself, or the S for serpent or S for Satan, Satan the devil within us. 96. The woman saw that the fruit of the tree was good to eat and pleasing to the eye, and that the tree itself was attractive. Genesis. To acquire intelligence, we sometimes have bad ideas disguised as good ones. Our other side, Sitra Akra, Sitra Ahe, or our stupid side, tries to convince us that it is the right thing to do, even if it is wrong. The other side is strong and tempting, especially in the world we live in, like a cigarette. We know it's bad and that it causes cancer. You pay for it with your own money, which in turn destroys you. In other words, the serpent, and she took some of its fruit and ate it. She also gave some to her husband, who ate it as well, indicating that if we do wrong, and to be more sure that we have acted right, we convince others, in other words, to share a hidden guilt. The eyes of both of them opened and they realized they were naked. Genesis. They were both in a lower level of consciousness because they had committed a sin, which brought them to a lower dimension where they found themselves naked of body, only in the form of a soul, in a physical world, the world of Asiya. God made garments of skin for Adam and his wife, Eve, and they put them on. Genesis, the coverings and the bodies, for they were in the form of the soul. The skin garments were their new body for their soul or their intelligence energy. So far, I have only shown one of the 70 hidden meanings in this chapter of Genesis. So imagine how many more there are. The secrets are in the Bible to be discovered, especially by trying to understand our physical body and its hidden relationship with our invisible soul. In this present world, Adam was the first man and all humanity descends from him, the latter being a spark from the Creator, and from this spark it was subdivided into two sparks, one male and one female. And the man knew his wife, Eve. Genesis. Adam comes from the Hebrew word Adama, Adam, Adamator. Eve, R-O, Eve, because she was the mother of all humans. In the Bible, it is mentioned as conjugate. In this case, it meant the act of procreating. They had Cain and Abel, and two daughters who were both wives to Cain and Abel, and so on. So we all descended from Adam, and he, in turn, from the Creator. Also, Adam. Adam means mankind in general. So together, we all make up this man, or Adam and Eve. We've also divided them into 8 billion people, each of us having a masculine side and a feminine side. So the two possibilities are, A, if we can achieve all the aforementioned separation while still in a bodily form to reconstitute this man or woman, that is, Adam and Eve, it would mean that all the masculine would have to separate to form Adam and the feminine to form Eve. Then the negative would form the serpent and all the positives would join God himself because he is pure. We could then return to Eden. So the two possibilities are, 1, if we can achieve all the separation mentioned above while still in the bodily form, the prophecy of Isaiah. And it will come to pass that before he calls, I will answer. And while he is still speaking, I will hear,